Before we get going into the video, my name is Brando for the new viewers. I'm the founder of Brandlux Media. We are an e-commerce growth agency. We've been able and so fortunate to work with 100 plus partners. And so the reason I started this channel is to document every framework that I know is proven to work and that actually work so that you can get some value from it and, hopefully make your business a success. With no further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. In today's video, I'm going to bring you through a company that is actually doing $60 million. They're actually doing, I think, $50 million or pounds per year. So that's around 60, maybe more, 60, $70 million per year. It's a great e-commerce brand. I love what they're doing and I like the approach that they're taking to their marketing. I'm gonna bring you through exactly what the company does, what they sell, and everything. But before we do, if you are a new viewer, and most likely you are, my name is Brando. I'm the founder of Brandlux Media. I've been able to work with over 100 e-commerce brands over the last 6 to 7 years. And so this is actually one of the main reasons why I started this channel. It's because I wanted to document and share what I've seen to work with my clients, with clients that I've consulted, and also with people that have literally just not worked before, but I've seen their accounts and I've seen what's working for them and not. And so this is literally a way for me to document everything, all the frameworks that we're using, so that you can go within your business and implement them, and hopefully they work for you as well. So this is my main motivation. This is, the business that you're seeing over here is just one of our own clients that we've been able to work with and we're working with right now. And we typically work with 7, 8-figure companies. This is just one of our clients, just so you understand the type of caliber of clients that we're typically also used to working with. Okay, now that we got kind of the proof out of the way, I'm showing you this because I just want to make sure that I'm qualified to speak about these things. Let's get right into the case study right now. So the company that I'm going to talk about is actually, which is kind of related to the video. The title of the video was like a wild Shopify brand. I also meant wild because this is literally the name of the company, right? And so let me shrink myself over here and let's get into it. So this company actually sells like deodorants. I believe their primary initial product was deodorants, but then they obviously expanded their product line, which is one of the main reasons why that also allowed them to expand their revenue, right? Scaling horizontally, which is something that most 8, 9, 10-figure businesses do. Once they find a product that works well, that gets them to multiple 7 figures, typically the next approach and the next move that you got to take is to scale horizontally with new products. So I always like to filter by active ads. As you can see here, active ads over here, 869 active ads. This is guaranteed the millions of dollars in ad spend, not revenue, ad spend every single month, okay? 870 ads. And if we can take a look at over here, let's take a look at their stats. 922 ads were live in the last 30 days, including 734 new ads. That's a lot of ads, right? So you need to be able to have a structured way to launch new ads, repurpose them, because at the end of the day, like launching new concepts and testing new things is really, really important. Of course, that's a given, but Facebook also just wants fresh creative in many cases. So if you can find a way to repurpose what is already working, right, which is exactly what they're doing and what we also do for our own clients whenever we want to scale and really push the ad account, then this is a great approach. So let's go over exactly, let me promise a couple things before we get into the entire process here. So I'm gonna promise 3 things to you. This is what we're gonna go over in this video. The sales journey, I always want you to see exactly what their sales journey is from creative, funnel, offer to checkout. So we have a lot more context behind how they're actually running their company and their operation, okay? I'm also gonna give you a bit of, I guess I didn't add here, a bit of like a story of the brand. So we have a bit more context about that as well. Then I'm gonna talk about creative strategy. I have a bunch of stuff to share with you over here, a bunch of creative strategies they're using and that we're also implementing for our own clients that is working very, very well. And then I have a special bonus. I hope I remember. Sometimes I promise bonuses at the end and then I forget. So remind me in the comments if I forget. But I do have a special bonus to you. These videos are like 20 minutes long, so sometimes I'm human and I forget. But I promise I'll do my best to remember. I have a special bonus. I'm sure I will, because this is a really, really valuable resource that I don't typically give out, or I just start to give out, but it's kind of like a secret thing. So I'll give it to you at the end. So you got to stick until the end. So let's go over promise number 1, sales journey, very, very quickly. Let's hop on over here. Let's talk about their sales journey. So let me open up one of their ads. Let's take a look at their landing pages. The reason I love this software is because it gives you you can funnel hack a company just by looking at going on Atria, which is like the best and cheaper version of Foreplay. If you know Foreplay, it's like an ad tool that allows you to track landing pages, headlines, overview of their creatives, understanding and analyzing the distribution of images or videos that the company is running, basically with any company in the world, right? And so we can take a look at all these drop downs, and one of these drop downs is landing pages. And I always like to see, and I'm always very curious, let me open a couple of I would say like the top 3 landing pages to see where most of their traffic is going to. Okay, there's also another one over here. Let's take a look. So let's take a look at their sales process. When they go from an ad, this is typically the top 4 landing pages they see. So holy smokes, you got a deal. So it seems like they're starting with, I think it's, the same for all of them. And there's a deal. Heart, Heart DAO free case will be applied at checkout. Some discounts applied to certain products only. TNCs apply. Okay, so there's essentially telling you, remember, there's a deal that is auto-applied, whatever. Let's close and see what happens. So what they're doing is that they're selling, of course, deodorant, body wash, lip balm, hand wash, minis and bars. And the selling proposition, at least one of the selling propositions that I really like about them, and what they're also talking about in their ads, which I'm going to show you later on when we talk about creatives, is that they're selling the product as a refillable product. And so they hate waste. In fact, one of their ads is literally, let me just show you so you have a bit more context. It's literally,
do you know that 90% of plastic that you think is being recycled actually isn't?
You see, they're talking about these things about recycling, and
that is why we made these compostable bottles.
Compostable bottles. That's why they also offer refills, so that people don't just throw away the actual product, but they're just buying refills, which I believe are also given to people with like some sort of like paper thing, so that is recyclable. So it's very, very like a reusable product, refillable product, which also not only incentivizes people to go with them just for waste management or waste, like pro waste people, right? Which we of course want to have, a positive impact in the world, but it's also a great opportunity to offer a subscription model. So these people have a very, very big business when it comes to subscription. And I saw right over here, they sold success story in 2023. Wild sell over 1.3 million cases and 5 million refills. 5 million refills. That's basically all of the subscription as well, like coming in 5 million, guys. And they sell it, and we'll take a look at how much what their selling proposition is. So this is their funnel. It looks very sleek. This is a well-built and well-optimized and oiled machine, a conversion optimized website. And so they have an offer over here on the top. So this is kind of like their selling proposition, at least for the starter pack. And one reason why I know for a fact that they're trying to do a starter pack is because their AOV is very, very low traditionally. So it's just, if you just select one, it's like 10 pounds or 15 pounds. And so you of course cannot run a profitable business considering the very, very expensive ads on the front end if you have an AOV of 15 pounds. So what they're doing here is that they're doing starter packs, and they're telling you one refill deodorant is for free, and then you get 3 deodorant refills for $640 each instead of 8, and you save 40%. And so you basically get to add you can also add an engraving. That's really, really interesting. You can like have your name and it shows you how it looks like. That's really, really interesting. If you can always add a way to personalize your product, there's much higher perceived value, and people will pay more for it. Okay, even if it costs you an extra $1 to fulfill, you can charge more, $10, $20, $30 for it. So refills are, classic, sensitive. The sensitive ones I think are higher priced, but you get to choose which ones you want by quantity. Let's just say I want this, this, and this, just because I want to try these 3 ingredients. I also like that as I select these, you essentially have a very nice visual. Once again, increases perceived value, makes this brand professional, right? Authoritative, because they have good imagery. And that's really, really fundamental for perceived value. And so you can subscribe and stay for 20% and deliver every 10 weeks, 4 weeks. You get to choose the frequency. They automatically apply every 12 weeks or 10 or 12, I don't remember. Now, add subscription. Let's take a look at what happens. Before we do, let's take a look at what's going on over here. The only extra thing I would say here is like maybe increase the, no, it's actually fine. Increase the fonts a little bit. It's a little bit too small in my opinion, but yeah, looks good. Talking about, features, benefits, how it works. You see, this is how it works. Essentially they give you a case, and then this case is refillable. and you can replace it easily. So choose your case, pick scent, stick, twist, repeat. So very, very user friendly. And then there's a bunch of reviews, very, very simple FAQ section. I like this a lot. They're also on Trustpilot. If you're not on Trustpilot, and by the way, you can just click on and it should bring you to Trustpilot. If you're not on Trustpilot, I really recommend for you to have Trustpilot for your ecom brand, because it's a very high authority review website and people really trust it. Okay, so let's see what happens when you, I like this as well. Most customers add 3 refills, 1 per month. So they give a recommendation to also increase that AOV. But let's see what happens when we add the cart. I like the cart drawer is very, very profitable, allows for you to upsell and downsell. And once again, what they're doing here is that they're basically telling you got your deodorant, why not also add a body wash? And so it's kind of like you feel obligated almost to get in there. What's going on here? Let me just add this again very, very quickly. Add one, or maybe I already have it in the cart. Either way, you should add it. Let me do it again very quickly. But you should be able to you can basically add extra things. And so I like how they're doing this 10% off, 15% off, 20% off, the more products you add. And so it's like incentivizing you to do more, which is really, really smart. I like this a lot. And last but not least, there's also upsells. They're basically upselling products over here. Checkout, let's see what happens when we click on checkout. And the reason they're upselling products, number one, it's because it's obviously convenient for the brand. Every brand should be upselling, but they're really stressing, even over here, as you can see, more upsells. They're really stressing this because their AOV is most likely going to be lower if they don't upsell and downsell people throughout the sales journey, and also after. Trust me, they're doing a lot of things after as well. I just would have to buy the product, which I'm not going to do right now, but I know for a fact that they're doing back-end upsells and downsells for sure. Okay, let's take a look at these other offers that they're launching. But this is basically redirect them to the main homepage where they can decide what they want. But the sales process is very, very similar, right? Even here, this is like another product, but you can add your same, sage, rose, your ingredients. You can engrave them if you want. Right, and they engrave them because this is like a long-term purchase. They're literally, this is what doesn't go to waste, and that's like a water bottle. Sometimes you can customize water bottles, so they're literally adding this added benefits, which I really think is really like I think it's really, really smart. And so once again, this is the same exact process. Either way, we get the point. Very smooth, clean, and professional layout. I like what they're doing. Now let's take a look over here. What was my promise here? We have to go over the creative framework. Before we do, I guess just a little bit of context. This is a brand owned by 2 brothers. They've been able to grow aggressively over the last 3, 4, 5 years, I believe. I'm not sure exactly, but they're selling 1.3 million of cases and 5 million refills. And so this is also just a really strong subscription model. And subscription models are really, really profitable because they allow you to essentially be able to acquire customers eventually at a break-even point or even a loss, and still be profitable on the back end, because they know that within 3, 6, 12 months the customer is gonna like pay them 5 times more than their first initial purchase, and it makes the entire funnel very, very profitable. Okay, just be aware that you need to, of course, calculate your cash flow management. You have to be very smart with that, because then it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, they're doing a very, very good job. Let's talk about the ad strategies that they're using. I always like to filter by longest running ads, because it gives us a very good understanding of what ads have been running since October 2024. It seems like these are the oldest ads that they've been running. So October, November, December, January, like 4 months. If your ads are active like for more than like even 1 month, it means that you're doing something really, really well, and it's working and resonating with the market. So let's take a look at what they're doing. So it seems like this is a more high production video. Let's see this POV.
Normal body wash scent just isn't that good. Well, meet Wild. Their refillable body wash smells as good as it feels, with natural, long-lasting scents. My personal favorites are fresh cotton, sea salt, and cherry blossom. So they're combining AI voiceovers or real voices with B-rolls. So they're doing a very strategic play over here. So you can take a look at these videos. You can actually go in their ads library. They have 500 active ads just on social media.
on mostly on Meta. Maybe they're doing also some TikTok. I know for a fact that they're doing also ads on Google. They retargeted me the other day. And so they're running a lot of ads over here. You can take a look at their ads and dissect them. I want to go over exactly what strategies they're using to scale all of these ads, because a lot of people ask me like, how are companies actually able to come across and create all of these ads at scale? And of course there's a strategy. Okay, so let me go over 3-4 very common strategies that not only this company is using to scale their UGC and their creatives, but what we're also using that's working very well. So the first approach that we can talk about is called the storyboard strategy. And so the storyboard is essentially the script that people use and that the creators use to essentially go and talk about the product. And so you have to understand that the script, if you have the best creator promote the best product, but they use the worst script ever, the video is just not going to work. The script is around 70 to 80% of its importance. Then 20% is of course having a good creator. So you can have an amazing script, but if the 20% of the creator is not there, it's not gonna work. It's not that you're gonna get an 80% efficient ad. You need the 80% and the 20% at the same time. So they're kind of like two different stages, the creator and the script. And so this approach allows you to test different creators, and then with multiple different creators that you're testing, because you also want to test different faces, and some faces and genders and ethnicities just work better than others depending on your demographic. It's just how the market works, nothing personal. And then you of course split test different scripts, and this is like one of the highest level strategies that you can use, especially when you're starting out. You can use it when you scale. The stage is basically, whether you're a beginner or scaling, whatever, it works for both. But it's really good, especially when you're also maybe starting out, because you don't know what scripts are going to work for you. And the best thing that you can do is find those 2, 3, 4, 5 scripts that really work well, so that then you can scale all of the rest of the creative strategies using that same script. Because once you find a script, then you can scale in different ways with different types of ads, even with the same script and framework. So this is a very good approach. It allows you to at the end of the day, the storyboard is the foundation of UGC videos. If you don't have nailed this down, then the videos are just not going to work, right? The next strategy is the avatar creator approach. The purpose is to test different avatar content creators, and the purpose here is also to really scale. And so once again, once you find the script that really resonates, whether it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scripts that you find working, that are profitable, then we need to scale horizontally and find the winners, the winning avatar types of UGC avatars. And so once again, this could be the blonde, this could be the brunette, this could be the older demographic, maybe 50-year-old, the 30-year-old, the Asian creator. We don't know. You will know once you test, and you will know also based on your demographics of your most popular customers, right? And so you'll notice the trend. For example, we're working with a company that is targeting also like Singapore, other Asian countries, whatever, like Philippines, right? And so their target demographic is a person that is Asian, that has 25 to 35 years old approximately, and that has like perfect black straight hair. And so that's the demographic that we then decide to double down on. And so this is maybe not the cheapest strategy, because you have to pay these creators separately, but it definitely gives you opportunity into analyzing how you want to scale, like how you should scale your brand and with what type of avatar customers. And also one other reason why I recommend for you to test multiple is because maybe this is the Asian creator, maybe and this winner, like both these are winners because of course they're green, if you didn't notice that yet. But maybe you can spot different types of avatars, and you can just do more of the blondes, do more of the brunettes, and I'm just saying blondes and brunettes so you understand what I mean, not because it has to be blondes and brunettes. Okay, so hopefully you get the strategy. The other strategy that they're also using very effectively, and I showed you, is a UGC mashup. And this UGC mashup is, let's take a look at what I wrote over here. Once we have a foundation and several UGC videos, it's time to do mashups. This is where we combine certain elements of different UGC videos to create new videos. These videos are great for showing social proof and to retarget potential customers or consumers that are in the middle and bottom of the funnel. So maybe those prospects that were about to pull the trigger but never actually bought. So this is a perfect, once again, to do that. And what we're going to do is that once we work with like 3, 4, 5, 10 creators, we will have a lot of content, and so it would be stupid for us just to not reuse that content, right? And so we're gonna have a mega folder, and then we can create mashups with different storylines. We can have different creative scripts going and running along, and it works really, really effectively. Now, one thing that I consider, that I highly recommend for you to do is, where is it? Over here, is to have everything organized into a sheet. And this is actually the resource that I wanted to give you, since we talked about creatives a little bit. Even if I have more to talk about, I want to talk about the free resource and the free bonus that I'm actually giving to you in this video. So this is something that I like to call the command center. Why am I showing you this? I wanted to show you this just to give you an understanding of how really organized you need to be when you scale creatives with UGC people. You need to have a pipeline of creators, a pipeline of people that you can trust and rely on. And so I wanted to show you, and I'm bringing this command center sheet up because this is literally how we do it. We put and track all of our creators over here, and we filter them by location, gender, all that stuff. And then we track the progress of their collaboration, whether we paid them, their final work, whether it was approved by the client. In this case, it would be approved by you. And we track the course of the collaboration. The problem becomes when you only do like 3 or 4 people, and then 2 of those 4 people get sick, or they have babies, or they're getting married, and they're not working, and they're not available for work because they're busy and they have other clients. And so you always want a full pipeline of creators. Where can you find these creators? You can literally go on x.com and you can find them over here. This is a great platform to literally find them. You can go here and say UGC beauty, and then you will have people that line up to work with you, and they also provide their emails. As you can see, email, they're all beauty creators, and you can filter them by fashion, beauty, like niche, skin type, hair type, and all that stuff. And let's see if I can pull up a UGC list. It's not saved. I changed my computer, and everything that I have over here is basically not saved anymore. If it happened to you and it resonated, let me know in the comments. It's a horrible feeling. You go for something that is saved, but it's not saved, and then you lose it. So let's go back over here. This sheet, you can get access to it. It doesn't only have some creators here, but it also has our CRO tracker, our email flows, email campaigns, TikTok creator tracker, ad copies, how we track everything. There's also an ROI calculator, which is very useful to do your own reverse engineering calculations. A daily report. This is where we track all of our data for our clients, and you can do the same for your own brand. And this is, it's of course, everything is color coded, so it's easy to spot trends. And there's a lot more sheets like creative concepts. These are all the creative concepts that we test for our clients. 600 hooks that you can get access to. There's a lot of stuff. I'm not going to go over everything in this video. If you want this sheet, you can just check it out. Click the link. It's going to bring you to a page like this, just so you see it. Get access to my command center. It's ads KPI, creative test, ad copies, a lot more, just like I showed you. And you get access to it. Just create your own copy, and that's it. It's free. Why not? It's going to help for you. This is the same exact tracking and KPI tool that we use to scale our own clients to 7 and 8 figures. So you might as well do the same and use it for your own business. Okay. So let's move on here before this video is too long. The other approach that that's really working well for this company is kind of like this UGC B-roll strategy. And so just to remind yourself, this is the strategy that I'm talking about. This is not the video. Where is it? This one.
Blossom. They just leave me and my whole bathroom smelling so good. It really gives me that just showered feeling all day long. The stylish durable cases also last forever with...
You see, this is a voiceover, which can be a human or can be also AI, but it's also a bunch of B-rolls with the same creator, of course. You can also use other creators, but what they're doing is that they're scaling with this strategy. Let me show you. So they're asking creators to film different B-rolls, typically 15 to 20 to 25, video footages and pieces of footage, so that they can essentially recreate and re-put all of these B-rolls together and recreate the story that they want, the storyline that they want. And so based on the B-rolls that they put together, you're going to give all of this to an editor. You're going to give the editor 3 things: a winning concept, the winning ad that you want them to replicate, all of these B-rolls that are generated by the UGC creator, and an AI script or the voiceover that the UGC creator gave to you, right, as a deliverable. And so once the editor has all these things, the inspo video, the script, and the B-rolls, they can recreate as many videos as you want, but from just like one creator, which is the exact reason the reasons why I really recommend for you to use this approach. It's cheap. It's the same price as one normal UGC video, but they're giving you a lot more. It's just scattered into pieces. So you need an editor, you need a creative strategist to come up with the ideas, or else it's not going to work. You can't just pay and receive a final video that you can just launch into ads. You need a bit more work, but it's amazing if you want to scale, right? And so if you're doing 100, 200, 500, a million a month, and you want to get to the next level, this is a great strategy to do that. You're probably maybe already doing that, especially if you're doing 8 figures already. Now, this is a very, very important aspect, is that they're using a transformation model. So they're going and showing you, this is like for another company, but they're showing you the befores and the afters. And so this is a great way and great strategy to use in your B-rolls. Whenever you ask for a B-roll, right? Whenever you ask for a piece of B-roll, it's really important that you tell the creator, you tell the creator that you need the before they use the product and scenes after you use the product. So before is like them maybe spelling their armpit that doesn't smell well, or them using showing that the plastic bottles that are being consumed, right? And then the after is them showing the final solution and the product. So these are very good. And then of course they scale with scripts and by reframing the B-rolls. This is a very, very important strategy. Now, there's also one thing that they're not doing, which I would honestly recommend for them to do, and it's whitelisting. Whitelisting is when you partner with creators and you can run ads through their Instagram profile and Facebook profile. This adds authenticity. It's unbiased, right? It doesn't seem like an ad. It's very native, and it typically decreases cost per acquisition by 10, 15, 20%, sometimes even more, because it's more authentic. And I see that they're not really doing it, and it's a bummer. I think they should, because it should really help them scale. And so as you can see, everything is through wild, like they're using their own Facebook page. There's no whitelisting. If it were whitelisted, you would see a profile of a UGC creator, but they're not really doing it, which I think is a bummer. Either way, these are the strategies that they're using. I hope this was helpful. At the end of the day, this was for another video, but if you have whitelisting and authentic ads, whether you're doing whitelisting or not, you have a good offer, a presentable offer with that extra oomph in terms of maybe that extra feature or that extra thing that other companies don't really have. In this case, they're doing like the refillable purchase. They have a sustainable offer, and they have discounts with whenever you bundle things up. So it's like a unique value proposition, and you have a simple checkout. There's no reason why your process shouldn't work and you shouldn't scale, okay? This is my firm opinion, okay? Let me see if I want to go over a couple of other things, but I think we pretty much covered the entire process. Don't forget to try Osher. It's an amazing tool, and that's basically it. Let's see if I wanted to go over something else. I always go and do these videos with, not planning too much, because I want them to be organic and real. Okay, don't forget to get this resource. It's really, really helpful. And I guess that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Give me suggestions for other videos. And last but not least, if you're a brand doing at least $50,000 to $100,000 a month and you want your brand to be audited by myself or one of my team members, most likely it's going to be me, because I really take it's actually part of my job at Brandlix Media is to connect with people and make sure that we only onboard clients that we truly know that we can help. Also because we only work with like 10, 12 clients. So for us, one client is a really big deal. So if you want your brand audited, whether we work together or not, and you're doing at least $50,000 to $100,000 a month, there's a link down below to book a call. Get your slot, book in a call, and hopefully see you on the other side. And that's it for this video, and see you in the next one. Bye. On a side note, before I end it off here, if you actually own an e-commerce business and you want your business and your brand to be audited, we can just hop on a call, hop on a free strategy session with myself or one of my team members, and we can pretty much have a conversation about your roadmap towards next year and how perhaps you can reach your goals. The conversation is very laid back. It's honestly just to understand if there's an opportunity for us to do even business together one day, okay? With no further ado, thank you once again. And who knows, maybe see you in the next masterclass.